As a parent, the last thing you are probably thinking about is your child being harassed at home, but the reality is you should be. According to bullyingstatistics.org, over half of teens have been bullied, and only 1 out of every 10 has told their parents. So, if it's happening to so many kids, what exactly is it? The short answer is bullying via electronic technology. It could happen in many forms: text messages, Facebook, Twitter, email, and the list goes on. However, parents may not realize their child is being bullied because they aren't physically seeing their children come home with bumps or bruises. While parents may not see it, it is still happening 24/7 from computers around the world. With playground bullying, most parents and teachers didn't believe it was happening until they witnessed it. Cyberbullying is even more difficult to manage because most of the time, bullies will use an alias or harmful messages won't be caught until it's too late. The damage has been done. In 2011, 16% of high school students reported being bullied. This is from bullyingstatistics.org. So, how do you know if your child is a victim? Are they losing things when they are normally responsible? Do they have a loss of interest for food, friends, or sleep? This is just a start of the questions you can ask yourself or your child to see what is going on. My child has been a victim. Now what can I do? Tell your child they are better than the bully and not to respond. If they don't encourage the bully, they might get bored and move on. Parents should be collecting every email, text, etc. Have children block the bully from their friend list or unfriend them. Most importantly, report the incidents to the school, cybertipline.com, and the local law enforcement if necessary. Or are they wearing the other shoe? As important as it is to notice your child getting bullied, it's just as important to be aware of their behaviors to ensure they aren't the one bullying someone else. Anyone can help by noticing the behaviors and intervening to help correct those behaviors, thoughts, and conversations before they go too far. But most importantly, as parents, there are steps that can be taken to prevent it before it would start. Know what sites your kids are spending their time on. Ask to be their friends so you can monitor their behavior. Even go as far as making it a rule to be on social media. Establish rules about technology with your children. Enforce limits on what they can see and what they can't. Advise them to keep their passwords secure. Understand what rules your kid's school has in place and work with them to ensure no child is cyberbullied. Let's watch a story about Ryan and the story his dad tells.
I pray that nobody here knows this kind of pain, this pain of losing a child. I am totally convinced that this is the worst pain that a human being could ever encounter in a life, is to lose a child. You all are loved beyond belief. And he found out that her friends and her thought it would be funny for her to pretend to like him online and get him to share and say very personal stuff, which she copied and pasted into other IMs and sent them around for a good laugh at his expense. I can't imagine the pain, the humiliation he must have felt as he stood there and these girls laughed at him. The group that we need to reach first and foremost is the bystanders. The group that stood there and laughed, that let this happen to begin with. The group that was too scared to step in and say, hey, this isn't right. I want every young person in this room that is not a bully and not bullied, but a bystander, to make a commitment that from this point on, for the rest of your life, you're not going to just stand by and laugh or let this happen. You, as a group, have the most power in this school to turn this school around and make it the best school that a young person could possibly ever go to. I can't stress enough to you guys what a terrible mistake my son made. And I pray that any young person in this audience that feels the way Ryan felt, that you give life a chance. I promise you, things work out in the long run. You haven't lived long enough to know that this is such a short period of your life. I promise you, when you get up to 30, 40, 50, you look back, this is only 2, 3 years out of your life. Sure, it might have been a hellhole, but it's not forever. And things do get better if you give it a chance. And I just hope that you guys have the courage to step forward and ask for help when you ever feel the way Ryan felt. Please don't ever forget Ryan's story and the fragility of adolescence. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
There are many signs to be aware of with cyberbullying, and we have just started to name a few. Technology is constantly changing, and every day children are being threatened. It is important to create awareness of what is happening, not only to the lives of victims, but also to parents everywhere. We can work to prevent other kids like Ryan from being bullied.